host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so light.
Oh, good morning, Frederick. I did it. Woo! Was able to figure out how to get my face on screen in the middle thanks to my brother showing me exactly what I needed to do. Thank you to AJ Randall for that. Today is Friday the 13th. Boom. I don't know. Do you have superstitions about Friday the 13th? I don't. Things are going to go my way. That is how I start every single day. I hope you do as well. Shouting out Mama Cone. Yeah, show your love always. Mama Cone's been busy painting, doing a lot of things artistically. Me, on the other hand, getting ready to move studios. That is right. Starting next week, we will be hopefully broadcasting from our new space. And we got some really fun stuff coming up with that. We're going to invite you all to come out and check it out once we're all organized. But, does anyone hate moving as much as I do? I don't think so. My brother probably hates moving more than I do, but we've hired some people. Hopefully we can get it done in and out. All right. We got our morning roundup with Bob and AJ this morning. We're going to go over what's happening in Frederick. But first, we're going to get to, we'll do our morning roundup, and then we're going to chat with Frank Hollewa, candidate for District 1 County Council, is joining us today. And we'll get to ask him some questions. And if you have questions for him, we encourage you to leave some comments. And we'd love to ask the questions. We'll get to as many as we can. I can tell you when you watch on YouTube, your questions come straight through. So other Facebook pages, sometimes we don't see the comments. I don't see them sometimes till after the show is over. So always, YouTube is always the best place to go to make sure your questions are seen and read. And it's been such an upheaval, unfortunately, for woman-to-woman mentoring that we haven't really had the shop to sell the stuff, but that's okay. I'm going to donate directly. And at the end of the month, actually, our last show of February, I am putting up $1 for every like and comment we get. So that will encourage you to participate in the show so that woman-to-woman mentoring gets a nice little donation. All right, let's go ahead and officially kick off your Friday the 13th.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership. And you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
I just have to say, I did take my car to Fusion Car Wash on TJ Drive the other day. You know, they've only closed like part of a day when the winds were really horrible, especially the Spectrum Drive location. So they are open all the time to keep your car clean. You can just drive right through TJ Drive, you use those self-serve vacuums, but on Spectrum Drive, you can get that little mini interior car clean. So highly recommend. We're going to be doing some really fun stuff with them in March, giving back to some nonprofits in our community. You'll be hearing a lot more about that soon. All right, it's time for our morning roundup with Bob and AJ.
It's time for the Morning Roundup with Dani, Bob, and AJ Randall. Here to get you caught up with everything you missed overnight on Good Morning Frederick.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh,
you
Bob, are you snoozing on the
No. I'm just looking right down here.
I knew Dani was like, is Bob going to be here? I'm like, oh, Bob will be here. He was taking voyeuristic pictures, and I'm sure he can't wait to talk about it. So
I was, look, hang on a second here. I don't need no trash talking Democrat, liberal mouthing running AJ Randall guy. I was trying to save his butt. The boss man was getting ready to walk in, and AJ was in deep thought.
So you took a picture of me had to save my butt, huh? That I don't know. I don't even know how that correlates.
That was to show you that I caught you and to share it with your sister.
Yeah, no. I was looking down.
Yeah. AJ has a habit of sometimes falling asleep right in the middle of a conversation. So
number one, the chair at the WFRE office, you can't sit straight up in it. You have to lay back like you're at a dentist office. I hate those chairs anyway. So it just puts you into an uncomfortable spot. So
hey, my wife could take a picture of me on the couch. I'm like sprawled out like, Homer Simpson with drool coming out of my mouth. So you're all good. But
we work hard, man. We're all up early, stay up late. It's one of those things. But
right, it was warm. He probably just had a little tummy full of food. And
I was wide awake like Katy Perry.
You were wide awake like 30 seconds before you fell asleep, and I took that picture.
Yeah. Very, very good. Want to shout out, good morning. Dorothy Engelberger is watching this morning. Thank you so much for that.
She's my Valentine.
Okay, what's going on in and around our area?
Well, if you were sleeping at your desk, you missed a lot of stuff. Number one, hundreds of Urbana high school students walked out on Thursday to protest federal immigration policy and ICE enforcement actions with signs like education, not deportation. Student organizers say they coordinated the protest through social media, not the teachers. After seeing similar actions elsewhere, school leadership said prior awareness to the protest did not equal approval and emphasized that student speech rights exist but are limited to during school hours. The walkout is reportedly the first in a series of planned protests at other Frederick County high schools.
Yeah.
So if it's not being supported by the school, will all of those kids issued detention for walking out during school hours?
Of course not. That's just somebody wrote that. They were, they probably helped them make the posters.
Yeah. It was probably a credit for one of the classes.
Yeah. Art class. They made them an art class and then they walked out later on. So.
And again, I'm sure there are a group of people. I think the organizers quoted in the paper saying that she saw somewhere it happened in Urbana High School in another state. And she's like, well, we should do the same thing. And that's how she said it got rolling. And I'm thinking, really? You read that or you saw that it happened in another state? Or did somebody show you that it happened in another state?
Yeah.
And if you wanted education before deportation, maybe you should walk into class and not out of it.
Yeah.
These are all too normal to be considered. CPS has already used 5 built-in weather closure days and may need calendar changes if another emergency closure occurs. Maryland requires 180 instructional days, and possible makeup days include April 7th through 10th. That's spring break. And May 27th, several board members say they'd rather use spring break days first and pull students on EID. FCPS says waiver options exist, but typically only after normal makeup options are exhausted.
Yeah. Happens
Well,
every time.
We all went to school uphill both ways, 3 feet of snow, and we had no problems. And these kids, they love snow days, and teachers love snow days until they have to make them up and screw up everybody's. Oh, we were going to go to Disney World on our Easter spring break.
Yeah.
I already
here's
see.
the problem. It's not really the snow. It's like, okay, remember we had the big snow, and then like 3 days later they said, hey, it could snow over the weekend, and then they let the kids out for school because it could snow. Those are the problem days. I mean, it's not the major snow days, okay, whatever, but it's like, well, it could snow, let's let them out. It's like, I don't understand that. That never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, the thing is they'll apply for waivers or do whatever needs to be done, because I've already seen on social media parents saying, well, we're planning our vacation to start the day after school is supposed to let out. So that's one big thing. And, and you're right, Bob, like the spring break trips and all of that are, booked and paid. So you're just kids are going to have to miss school, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, again, the other thing was that I thought most kids had some kind of a laptop handed to them by Frederick County Public Schools so they could do virtual school.
Well, that's what a lot of other counties did. They said when they knew the snow was coming, take your stuff home. We'll be doing virtual school. I was talking to some parents, and that's what they all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, and the other thing that you have to think about, and we brought up this morning on the Morning News Express and WFMD, was it's not just about the students. It's about the teachers and their contract of how many days they're supposed to work and when they're supposed to work and when they get off of work. So they have to deal with that. You're danged if you do and you're danged if you don't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, I think that they are too quick to jump the gun early, and then they always scramble at the end because, we get half an inch of snow in November and we close, and then we get a foot and a half in January, February, March, and then they're like scrambling for, well, we're going to have to change things, and that's what we're seeing here now.
Yeah.
The city of Frederick has received 31 applications for police chief as of Thursday following Jason Lando's departure to lead Pittsburgh Police. Acting Chief Kevin Meyer has been in place since December. A prior city release said search committee would help shape an inclusive process, but city officials now say the public-facing portion is still being determined. Final mayoral pick will be approved by city council.
So inside or outside, where do we go?
Yeah. I think we talked with when Blaine had Jason Keckler on, his complaint when he was with the police department was there were several candidates from within who were, qualified for the job, interested in the job, and they basically just went outside and found somebody else. And, I'm not sure. I don't know what that is about. Like, if people aren't qualified, that's understandable. But I don't understand this. If we've got somebody who is currently doing the role that's doing a good job and wants the job and applies for the job, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I'd be mad if I were in the police department and I was qualified and interested and was just getting passed over.
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing I could think of is that it would maybe they would think it would be too much of a good old boys club,
Maybe.
I that's the only thing I can think of. But, I know Michael O'Connor really wants to, make the best decision he possibly can. I think he overthinks things sometimes, but I know that I don't have that decision, but if you choose and go from within the department, then you can kind of maybe set up a chain of command that would be able to kind of run the department for years and years and years. And nothing against Jason Lando, but Jason Lando always had his eye out for being the chief of police in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want somebody coming into Frederick going, okay, that's my next stop is going to be Baltimore or DC or Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or wherever. I mean, you just want to have the right guy, and because of that, I have the right guy.
No. Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
AJ Randall. AJ Randall for chief of police.
I don't know if I'll have enough sleep with that job, but yeah. Here's the thing, and I've moved around for jobs, and so you're always going to, if you hire somebody that's not from Frederick, they're always going to be in the back of their mind trying to get back closer to home or use it as a stepping stone. I don't know. I think you have to have people that understand Frederick, that have lived in Frederick, that have policed in Frederick, that understand Frederick to be running at Frederick. And I think you can get a boys club by just who you hire, whether you got them from Frederick or not. So I don't think that's if that is their worry, that's a worry that you should have anyway. So
yeah,
I definitely agree with that, because some people are saying that's what's happening in the Board of Education and the new superintendent who just got a new contract, which I'm sure it's on your list of things to talk about as well. But yeah, so I think with all that being said, that sure did sound like a campaign statement from AJ Randall. He does have police experience running from them.
Yes.
I like to get my experience on the other side and then bring new policies that way. So
right.
Maryland lawmakers passed emergency legislation to prohibit local formal 287G agreements with ICE and sent it to Governor Wes Moore, who has signal support. The bill passed largely on party-line votes and would end up existing and future agreements through local law enforcement. They could still communicate with federal immigration authorities. Supporters say, of course, it protects trust in immigrant communities and limits local partnership. Federal practices view this as harmful. So we're still fighting the 287G and see what happens there.
Yeah, well, I think that you have, we talked about this the other day, Washington County supporting ICE. Annapolis is not, but we have Bill Foden on yesterday too, who supports ICE. And I think that the decisions that are made in Annapolis are going to have some very bad effects on the state of Maryland. And we just have to remember who voted for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to be bad. I think it's going to be really bad for the community, because now it's just going to get more tumultuous, more divisive, rather than what we had, which was a really quiet kind of behind the scenes, handling of these situations. Now it's going to be in the forefront. It's going to be, it's not going to be good, because we've already seen how the opposing side handles these sorts of things, and it's really it's not great. So we should be prepared.
And, the whole waiting to see and remembering who did what, that never works. I mean, you're talking about an election cycle that's years away, and it's just too bad, because that's what they're banking on. They're banking on making these terrible decisions, and you forgetting in November, who did what or who cares, and then it's just business as usual for these people.
Yep.
And Bob, I didn't have anything on the superintendent, but I know both Dani and you had stuff on it. So if you'd like to share, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, we had David Migdal on yesterday. He's very disappointed in the bump in pay for Superintendent Dyson, as well as a $200 a month bump in car allowance, up to $900 a month in car allowance, a
$300 driving a Lambo,
$310,000 salary, at a time when the people she presides over, I guess, barely got a pay raise. Well, they really didn't, because the amount of raise that they got, which I believe was about 2%, doesn't even cover the 10 or 12% increase in benefits cost that they're incurring now. I don't know, Bob, what else do you have on this?
Well, I mean, first of all, the car allowance wouldn't have to be so much if she lived in Frederick and
fair
not
point.
commuting from another county. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean, obviously, though, I think it's the biggest employer in Frederick, right? Is the Frederick County Public Schools, and then I think it was Fort Detrick, and then you had Bechtel, but Bechtel's gone. So I mean, she is in charge of
Frederick Health is next, I believe. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. I mean, then how is that paid? Is that paid through the Board of Education budget? Is it, is she asking for the 1.01 billion to kind of make sure she gets the bottom line done on her own? I don't know. And I still believe that we are yet to see the results of, her leadership other than a bloated budget.
Well, there's a lot of comments on a reel I posted yesterday, and I saw a lot just on social media. The proponents that support this raise feel like because she is in charge of, so many people that it is in line with other counties and blah, 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 blah. However, the optics of this sort of thing, it's like Congress. I wish I could just vote my own pay raise. Like that, seriously, 98% of people have no ability to do this. So I believe that this should be left to the people who are paying that salary, which is our taxpayers. Let's put it up. Let's put it up for a vote. Do you believe that the superintendent deserves a pay raise, or do you believe the teachers deserve a pay raise? Which one do you think is going to get more votes, garner more support? I can guarantee you it isn't the superintendent. Sitting up in that office, first of all, somebody mentioned as well, and this is probably true. I don't know if I paid attention when Terry Albin was superintendent, but it doesn't seem that she came in to talk to you, right? So she's been in?
Dr. Albin or Dr. Dyson?
Dr. Dyson.
Dr. Dyson has been on the air one time with us. It was a lovely conversation, but before she came on, they demanded this. They asked to see all the questions that we were going to ask her.
I mean, that's nuts. That's not accessibility. That's not accessibility to your voters. That I don't know how many public events that she attends. People have said she doesn't respond to calls or messages. Now, I'm just anecdotally saying what some people are saying on social media, so I've not confirmed that. But, it's an awful lot of money. That's basically a third of the budget. That's crazy to me when we're talking about there are still issues with our special needs communities. There are still issues with IEPs. There are still issues with teachers not having instructional assistants available to them. There's still issues with cutting teachers in schools every year. Like, there's still issues with them taking good producing teachers and administrators and going to the black hole of Southeast Street. There are a lot of issues. And the fact of the matter is when you're enthralled in them and suddenly you're just going to get a pay raise, to me, I mean, it would, I think, earn her a lot of favor to say, you know what? I don't think now is the time is appropriate for those sorts of increases when we're talking about cutting the budget. I don't know. That's just me. But because it is a government entity, the waste that goes on in the schools, I would love to see more transparency with the budget. There's just a lot of question, and I just don't think this should be, formulating the discussions right now. I just don't. I don't know.
Looking at just do yourself a favor when you get your check or your deposit from wherever you get it from. For me and AJ local daily media. Oh yeah, Dani too. For some of it, not all of it, but just know that mine will not equal her $6,250 a week salary.
I mean, that is just really, look, again, I'm a free market capitalist, right? When a CEO has earned the money and the company is doing well and you're doing good things, more power to you. I am opposed to some of the huge Well, we just won't get into that. There's a lot of obviously little things that go into it. But a small business right now who is earning their keep, good on them. But when you're relying on your tax base for every dollar that comes into your budget, every single dollar comes from the taxpayer, whether from the state or federal or local. So a lot of us are getting charged 3 times for a lot of that. I think you need to be a better steward of that money. It's just like we're talking about with the governments, with the fraud and waste that's going on all over the country. Like it's just people, we're not having it anymore. And I don't know what we can do to stop it. That is the worst feeling for a taxpayer, to feel hopeless that their money is constantly being taken without permission every single week for people. And it's really got to stop. I don't know.
Yeah. And don't forget, they not only 300,000, but an additional 1% every year of her salary,
automatic
going forward. I kind of agree with you in a lot. And it's like, look, I wish I could make that kind of money, and I don't begrudge her for making it because somebody gave it to her.
Yeah, no.
Not like she said, I want 300 grand or I'm leaving to go back to Montgomery County to work. They just gave it to her. So I don't begrudge her for getting it. I sometimes begrudge the people who gave it to her for not having the forethought of, how it would look and how it plays out and how much it will cost us.
Yeah. For that to be the one thing in the budget that we're increasing when everything else seems to be, cutting. I agree. Now, I don't begrudge her. She asked, she got it. That's why sometimes, when people get good contracts, they asked for it, they got it. That, people in charge thought that was beneficial. But, oh, my goodness.
Well, just for the record, I begrudge her. So,
okay.
Just so everybody knows.
2-1.
Very funny story. I was hanging out with the big boss yesterday, and we were telling stories about a place where a bunch of us used to work. AJ worked there too, 98 YCR up in Hanover.
Yeah.
And the boss back then was named John Bear. And I asked Mr. Bear for a raise one day. And I'm not going to do it on TV, but you'll see it. He goes, here, shove that where the sun don't shine. And he goes, that'll give you a raise. I don't think Dr. Dyson did that.
Technically not. That's true. It probably would.
But hey, I did get a nickel an hour more.
There you go. Don't you love those raises?
Yeah, baby.
25 cents a week. There you go.
That was also probably 30% back then, but
probably right.
I was paid more than I was worth.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got our next guest waiting patiently in studio this morning. We're going to speak with Frank Hollewa, District 1 County Council candidate. And any questions for him, Bob? Have you talked to him yet?
I have not. Just tell him to send me an email. Okay.
We will. We'll make sure and get you set up. But we're going to chat with him, and then we're going to have what's happening in Frederick.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Just after this. Happy Friday.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day to you too. Love you all.
Which, by the way, real quick, it's a really hard holiday for men. I mean, they got to go out and get something sparkly, something flowery, and then you stand in the aisle of the card place going, oh, my God, what do I pick out? And $6.99 for a card? And all the lady has to do. Huh?
She will love it if you made the card like your grandkids do.
And all she has to do is go, yeah, okay, why not?
Yeah, it's a great day for us single guys, Bobby. Don't worry about that. Doing big nothing.
All right. Have a good luck tomorrow. Let us know how it goes. We'll see you next week.
Oh, I can tell you that now.
Bye.
See ya.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
What makes for a perfect custom engagement ring? Truly understanding the elements that make a ring that's perfect for you. Custom by Colonial. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
All right. Looks like we've got Frank in the seat on Market Street. Let's bring him on. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm impressed with your setup and the voice that you guys do and community outreach. It's thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's our pleasure. We always would love to hear from our candidates who are running for office. I always like to get a little bit of the backstory first, though, to understand kind of what led you to decide that this was something you wanted to do. So let's find out a little bit about you. Frank Hollewa, are you from this area?
Yes. Frank Hollewa. I've been living in Adamstown area for about 15 years now and been a part of the Frederick community for quite a while. The reason I got involved in this was a local data center issue on the East Alcola site. And I got involved because in the community, this overlay was proposed. So I started going to the meetings to get involved. And I found it peculiar that just before the meeting started, I approached one council member and it's already a done deal. I said, just vote no, don't expand. This person says it's a done deal. Then when you sit and you listen to the concerned citizens, the environmental groups, the farm groups, people about the electric, the power, the gas, and everything else, you understand that this is not a good idea. And they went against the Planning Commission, went against environmental groups, and this done deal as it was, it didn't settle well. So I wanted to get involved so I'd be able to listen to the constituents, listen to the people, and do what's right for community. This position is a position that you do for the community and do for the people, not other needs. And it motivated me to be a voice for the people.
Yeah. So this is your first political run?
Yes.
How are you finding it so far?
It's very new. It's just getting started. And I don't even want contributor funds through developers or anything else. I'm doing this out of my own dime, my own will, my own desire. And I'm really looking forward to it getting out. As soon as the weather breaks a little bit, knock on doors, meet the people, and hear what they want to say. I've been involved in the budget groups, listening, taking notes, hearing what people want and hearing what needs. And there's a lot of needs in the community that need to be addressed.
Yeah. And I've never run for office, and I just kind of understand the marketing of it. So District 1, tell us the area that your district covers.
Yes, District 1, Middletown, Brunswick, Adamstown, parts of Urbana. So it's that lower section there of Frederick County.
Yeah. It's kind of odd how our districts are shaped sometimes, I believe. Like, do the same issues affect Middletown that affect Adamstown or Urbana? Sometimes that's difficult. What are you hearing from constituents while you've been out door knocking, etc.?
Well, at the budget meetings, which I've been in every one of them, half of the people there talk about schools, the funding for the schools, helping for the teachers, the inadequacies of schools. And it seems like that's been a problem that's been going on for quite a while. That needs to be addressed. One of my big concerns that I'm an advocate for, my family, my father was very involved in JC groups in Southern Maryland, is the seniors. The seniors make up a large part of our Frederick community. There's senior centers that are inadequate. There's care issues that are needed. And I really want to get involved in them. And I've actually met a number of nice people. And I was at the Senior Services Advisory Board at their meeting. And they had a huge list of things that they're asking for. And those needs to be addressed. The mental health for seniors, for example, the isolation. So they go to the centers, get lunch programs, a lot of things like that. So I want to get involved in just the people and help them and listen to them.
Yeah. So what were you doing before deciding to run?
Well, I have like two jobs. I'm more of like an accountant type of person, work from home a lot. So one good thing COVID did, it allows like this this whole setup that you guys have. I'm seeing you, but obviously you're not here. So this technology is quite impressive. So I work from home and enjoy it and go to the office every once in a while. But this motivated me. Like I said, the fact that certain council members just did not listen to the people. I'm not talking just a handful of people. I'm talking hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And we're here. This position is for the people, not for developers.
So you feel like it's not already a done deal, that you guys still have an opportunity to fight these data centers, this discussion? What is kind of the one big, I mean, obviously they're already building part of it. So you're I guess right now it's the expansion that has the potential to be rerouted or changed or curbed.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on, if you're elected, the first thing that you'll do when you get in?
Well, what's happened is the original East Alcola site, I think in general, people can accept that area. What they did against Planning Commission, against environmentalists, is they doubled the size and they changed agriculture land, flipped it to industrial use. And that expansion, you already have water problems as it is, water demand, electrical demands. If you hear the people, the electricity can barely support it. I talk about rolling blackouts already. I'm glad you asked, there is a petition going on. And I'd like to say there's a great group of people that formed a committee called fcdcreferendum.org. Get involved. There's a petition. They're trying to get 15,000 signatures to put this on the ballot in November to reverse what the county council did. So there's a fight there. Now, when I get in office, I'm going to look after land use, smart growth, look after people for homes and home growth, the seniors, mental health. There's a lot more issues than helping Amazon in their way. And you have it right there, sign a petition referendum. That is a great group of people like Steve Black and Elizabeth Bauer. People have put that together. Please find out where their signatures. A lot of people in yellow vests. And the irony is they get 15,000 signatures, which hopefully they do, and hopefully they can. I'm a part of the committee going out myself in the 10 degrees cold getting signatures.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. The people need to decide on this important issue, not 5 people that their motives are questionable.
Yeah, and you can see listed here, I've got the website up. I'll make sure my audience has the links as well. Lots of scheduled signing locations, some recurring that you can see here. What I see on social media are people saying, well, if you guys weren't using AI or social media or being on websites, we wouldn't need these data centers. It has to be somewhere. Why not there? This is some of the stuff I'm seeing. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolute good question. I get it. We all get it. Data centers are a part of modern technology. The issue of what AI is going to be in the future and the plus or minuses, discussion for another day. You need them. However is the line. It shouldn't be in a neighborhood. How and where they're built does matter. 900 feet from an elementary school with diesel generators, not a good idea. Not doing a cost analysis, understanding the water and the electric. Maryland imports a lot of its electricity. It's going to put a strain on it. Not a good idea. So yeah, you need data centers, obviously. But smart growth and doing it right and not doing the cost analysis. Even the General Assembly said you must do a cost analysis, which they ignored.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think what I've been saying is the reason we feel it's a done deal is they're already spending the money. The county, the city already have their hands in the pockets, counting that money. I feel like it's, I can't even remember the Daffy Duck's uncle, right? Who is swimming in the water. That's the way I feel. When politicians smell the water, it's like a shark feed. And it's really disheartening because what I've been saying is, we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know the impact of what's going to happen. And the fact we don't seem to be setting aside that money into the coffers to deal with what we probably think is going to happen. And if it doesn't, then well, great. But if and when it does, the taxpayer shouldn't be on the hook for fixing, cleaning up, figuring out how we're going to live amongst this stuff. That's what bothers me. It's not in my neighborhood, right? So I certainly understand the people at Carroll Manor Elementary, people in Adamstown who are literally going to deal with this. But for the rest of us, it's going to impact us, and not in a great way. I don't see our taxes going down at all with this influx of cash. Kind of reminds me of how the lottery, we legalized gambling so we could get better schools. And here we are talking about the school budgets constantly. So, I mean, I feel this is like a really contentious uphill battle. I guess my question is, what happens when people who have good intentions like you and get into office, you find that it's very difficult to get what you need to get done because of the opposing views? How do you intend, when you're elected, to figure out how we can do all of the things we need to do? Keep some of the data center, but make sure any expansion isn't happening. Do you feel like there are people currently that would hear you out and agree with what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, there's some other candidates in other districts that are anti-data center and against the MRP, the power lines. So this upcoming election, I encourage everyone to be informed and understand who's waffling and doesn't want to answer data center, who's adamantly against this issue. You need smart growth. You've got Sugarloaf Alliance, good people like that. You need to look after watersheds. You need to look after water. There's a lot. You can't just put a building and look at a revenue stream and say, aha, I got $50 million. What are all the costs? What are all the negatives?
Yeah.
And when you have the Department of Energy just 2 weeks ago mandating, okay, these people can put their generators on 1,000 plus diesel generators if they get their way. The electrical grid isn't there. The road issues, the environmental issues, the cost analysis was never done. So yes, if I get in, I'm going to do everything I can to do what's right, listen to the people, and I'm not ever going to be in line with some developer that I have my hands tied and I have to do it because somebody put something in my pocket, says I feel in some situations may or may not be the case. I don't like that. Don't like that, and that's what motivated me to run. No, I don't like it.
Well, if people in Frederick, like what you're saying and support what you're doing, what can they do, to support you?
Support me. Right now, as you have the thing on your screen there, the dcreferendum.org, that is a clock that's ticking. We got about maybe another 40 days, whatever it is, by March 10th, I think, to get the signatures. If you are against this, get involved. See the website that's there. Sign that. For me, just listen to me. Listen to the other candidates that are out there that are for smart growth, that are for your future. Caring about the kids. I don't have a child that goes to Carroll Manor. My daughter went to the Ohio State. And I can say the because I think I paid for her tuition. So she's a Buckeye. I don't have a child. I don't have an interest in the school. And I care about the kids. Third grade kid having to deal with the generators. That's not a healthy environment.
Yeah, for sure. Connie says, it's hurt my hometown so badly. Love Adamstown, Maryland. It's a great place. And Paula says well and water have been contaminated. That's a whole nother issue, just like what we've been dealing with up at Fort Detrick. Very difficult to fight these things on the governmental level because it's individuals versus a government, which, is a tough uphill battle. And I feel for people who are directly affected by this. I know, you want people to have hope. You love, having a candidate like you who's going to fight for them. And I certainly hope everything comes out the way you guys plan. So you have, let's see, you're going to be primaried?
Yes. Yeah. That's,
So that comes when? Is that June?
June 23rd.
Yeah.
I think is the date. Well, touching on that well water, the water issue, I find it ironic. Even yesterday at the community benefit hearing that was at the church, Jessica Fitzwater the other day said, There's no issues with the water. No. There are enough people, I've heard it more than I've got fingers on my hands, people saying contaminated wells. They've had their wells tested. They've had their water supply tested. And this is just getting started. We haven't even turned the lights on to this thing. We haven't even, and the East Alcola site was contaminated or arsenic site as it was. Why they're digging in there is another story. But and then they don't want to recognize there are issues. And I don't like the idea of just a blind eye. Oh, it's okay, nothing to see here. No, there are issues that need to be addressed.
Now, that's interesting because I thought we just reported, I wish Bob Miller was on here because I thought he just talked about some study that was done saying that the water was, okay at this point. So you're saying that there are wells being tested right now which are not okay.
They're not. There are a lot of people, nice people, that they have no reason not to do that. Nice people to live on that thing. And that's one of the community benefit things that they got to put these people in the public water. You got home values decreasing as it is. You got to help some of these people out. And when they're showing their pieces of paper saying, I've got contaminated water, well, there's too many of them that are saying that for some other study to say it's not there.
So it's very interesting. This happens a lot, whether it's national politics, local politics. You got to dig down because some of what we're hearing is contradictory, right? And this is what happens. People catch headlines, they read little bits, they hear blurbs from people that they may like or feel like they should trust. And that information may not be totally accurate. It might have been just one test in one place, not all of the other areas. So we appreciate you bringing light to this, especially for those of us who don't live right near it. A lot of times it's easy for those of us, maybe again in Middletown and in other areas, to kind of go, well, it's not affecting me personally, but it will affect every single taxpayer in Frederick County. I can guarantee you that when things go awry, and they probably will, we are going to be on the hook for it, and we're not seeing the benefit of that money coming in, really, whether it's coming into the county the way it's getting spent, unless it's your program that's getting funded. It's not a decrease in taxes for any of us. So
that's when you say, ironically, one of the other reasons I got motivated, we just say it's just in Adamstown. No, the electrical grid, the electrical thing goes far beyond that. After my first meeting, my wife and I were out, and a couple said, hey, thank you for speaking. And I go, where do you live? And they go, Imesville. And I'm like, wow, this shouldn't bother you. And they're like, no. They're putting in eminent domain, forcing electrical lines through their property.
Right.
And people are trying to say no, and they're being sued. Up Middletown, up that area, where if you look at where the MRP, the electrical lines are going to be, it's the tentacles of this is going to be far reaching.
Yeah.
And believe me, your electric bill is going to go up.
Oh,
for Amazon. And when there's a water shortage come June and July, when they're rolling blackouts, it's a problem. That's the thing. And like I said, I'm running for office. Frank's not a one-trick pony. It's not just the data centers. I'm very, very big on the seniors. There's senior centers that are inadequate in Buckystown and Middletown. And seniors need a place to go.
Yeah.
Social aspect of it. There's lunch programs that need to be upgraded. There's care that needs to be upgraded. It's a segment of the population that my dad was huge into helping the seniors.
Yeah. Well, we're all going to get there, right?
It's a growing population.
It's inevitable that some of us faster than others, right? And so I had the Frederick County Department of Aging on talking about the survey for the senior centers, and we've been talking about that too. But I mean, I'm sure that's decades away, right? And so having something that's nice now would be great for the seniors who need to utilize and should be utilizing those senior centers. Again, like you say, socialization, camaraderie, not the isolation. We saw what happened during the pandemic with our senior population. I mean, it was terrible what we did. And we'd love that too. So I'm all for helping our senior population as well. I think I believe
the study that you're talking about, that's the MGT feasibility study. And they looked at some of the centers, and they're talking, like you said, light years away for Brunswick and Middletown. No, we need to do that now.
Yeah.
You get me in there, I'm going to push for it. pushed very hard to help with this. And when I was at the senior advisory meeting on Monday, a couple nice people there, and they put out an agenda. I don't know if you can see all their wishes. They had 15 items of need, and they're talking about, well, we can only focus on 4.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, why not all of them? Why not all of them? Mental health, the isolation, the food, there's Wheels on Wheels that help them. A lot of these programs need to be upgraded and need to be looked after. Like we're doing on this Skype thing here. There's different programs you can do for them to give them the interaction, to give them those feelings. And we got to look after our seniors.
Yeah. No, it's look, again, I think both of these, Connie says you have her vote. So there you go.
Thank you, Connie.
And I'm sure many, many more agree with you. These are great. I mean, obviously the data center is very heated topic right now, but you're right. It's not just about the data centers, though it will impact every single one of us, especially those in your district. All right, yes. Frank Hollewa. So where can people go to get more information about you? Do you want them to just go to that this referendum website, or do you want them, is there something on Facebook or any other website or social media?
Well, Facebook, I'm on Facebook, message me.
Okay.
And I want people to email me. I have a little joke saying that goes, I want you to say, what the Frank? You should have text me, email me. It's on there. Go, what the Frank? This is what I want. This is what I like. I want you to hear me. And I want the opinions. I'm growing and learning. And that's the one thing that I'm proud to say. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
The smartest person in the room is a person that knows they don't know everything.
Right. Ask the questions and isn't afraid.
I know this much about electric and all the power grids, but I'm listening to smart people that are educating me. I'm learning about the waters. I want to hear, put facts together. So if I'm elected, I'm going to hear the people, look into the facts, look into it, hear the people some more, and make sound decisions. But message me, Facebook, Frank Hollewa, Frank4 Frederick at Facebook.com. Love to hear from you. Message me and go, what the Frank, and give me an opinion. Give me an idea. Tell me what's bothering you. Tell me what's concerned. And they go to schools. We got to do things for our teachers. We got to give them more money. We got to retain better teachers too, and admin services. There's a lot of things with the schools too. There's a lot of issues that I want to help on.
Yeah. Look,
but the referendum, like you said, that's the important one. I got 40 days. FCDC referendum. You can help. We can have a voice. Your voice matters. Let's get this on the ballot in November so the citizens have a choice, not just 5 people.
Yeah, what we'll do, we'll make sure I'm going to stay in touch with you. We're going to have you back closer to the deadline for these signatures and giving you an opportunity to kind of move beyond this. Hopefully you get the signatures you need, and then it's what's next, right? And so we'll bring you back to talk with you about that and where you guys are in the signature collection very soon. But want to thank you, Frank Hollewa, running for District 1 here in Frederick County Council. It's weird because we got these primaries that are in the summer, which are always tough. Right. But you got to get out and vote. You have to be educated, whether it's Frank or anybody else. If you don't think these things affect you, even though you may not be in those districts, you are wrong. It affects every single one of us. We want you to be involved. The best voter is an educated one. So please take your time to do that. Frank, thanks so much for taking the time to come in today. And we're going to have you back on real soon. My pleasure. Pleasure meeting you guys. And you guys are great. And for your people, get out there, vote, and get up to speed with who's on first and who do you want to know. Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're coming back with your What's Happening in Frederick. Frank, thanks again, and we'll chat with you very soon. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right, now it's all about what is happening in Frederick.
Sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors. Serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank. Anything that you put on your floor, they can handle it. Check out their Google reviews and give them a call today. 301-948-9663. That's 301-948. Wood. Be sure to ask for Jeff Koger or go to atlaswoodfloors.net.
All right. I saw somebody on social media asking about these seminars, and I've seen sometimes a lot of people said hypnosis works. Some say not so much. But if you want to try it out for free, all you have to do is text seminar to 888-465-2944, and you can choose the stop smoking one, which a lot of people said really worked. The weight loss one, some people, it was about 50-50. So I think it is all what you do. It's up to you, right? And so hypnosis is one thing, but it really, I think hypnosis gives you kind of that mental stimulation, but it is up to you as well to be focused. I'm going to try it. If you want to go with me, text seminar to 888-465-2944. It's coming to Frederick March 1st at the Hilton Garden Inn. You can find out more details at markpatrickseminars.com. All right, we've got tickets to Boomtown. We are going to choose our winners, but Thursdays and Sundays, 2 shows every one of those days. You can see the story of downtown Frederick on the big screen at Warehouse Cinemas. You have to get your tickets at boomtownfrederick.com, or if you want to win one or a pair of tickets, text movie to 888-465-2944. All right, now through April 11th, register your child for Frederick American Little League or Frederick Girls Softball. Both of those leagues are designed, no experience necessary. They will teach the fundamentals. They've got teams, I think, from ages 4 to 12. And look, I know Rick, and he coached my son, so he has been doing this a long, long time. And he is all about the kids and their experience, which I absolutely love. So frederickAmerican.org or fredgirlssoftball.org. Sign your kids up. Opening day, I believe, is April 12th. Tomorrow is your deadline to get your team together for Blessings in a Backpack's Race to Feed event at Hood College, which comes in March 14th to be exact. If you have a team of 8 or 10 people, you need to get them registered by tomorrow. March 27th, it is the battle for South Mountain, Brunswick staff versus Middletown staff. The game is at Middletown High School coming up March 27th. All the proceeds benefit the Mental Health Association. This is the 3rd year. Middletown has won 2 years in a row. Maybe Brunswick can take it this year. If you want to be involved, let me know. They are always looking for sponsors and raffle prizes and things like that to help raise money. March 30th kicks off our countywide adult egg hunt. It's going to be a great time. Want to thank Uncle Ralph's Bakery, Fourth Dimension Fun Center, and ANS Construction for signing on as sponsors. If you want to sponsor, you want to donate prizes, let me know. We'd love to have you. All right, today, 4 o'clock, you got your pre-Valentine's Day pop-up market at the Brunswick American Legion. At 6, you have the Galentine's Day party at McClintock. And at midnight, it is the 9 Lives of Love raffle. That's when it ends for Focus. Buy your $9 raffle ticket if you go to go.rallyup.com/9livesoflove. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. From 9 to noon, you got the Fox Haven Foragers year-round wild food workshops kick off. At 10, it is the Collaborative Food Pantry with Asbury United Methodist Church and Helping Hands and Caring Hearts. If you know people in need, please have them go to Asbury United Methodist Church tomorrow at 10 a.m. And they can get food and things that they need. From noon to 1:30, it's Valentine's Day party at Thurmont Police Department. Go there, hang out with some of the dogs from Wags for Hope, and it's going to be a great time there. Excuse me. And then 2 to 5, your community pasta dinner is at Asbury United Methodist Church. So sorry. I don't know what's happening. All right, rounding out the weekend on Sunday at 12:30, doors open for the Designer Bag Bingo benefiting Frederick Town Sertoma Club. That's happening at Lewistown Fire Hall. 1 to 4 is your Idiom closing party. Idiom will then be closed. What a hole on the creek that's going to leave. I hope somebody comes in and takes that over pretty quickly. 1 to 5 is the all-you-can-eat oyster feed at Monocacy Brewing that is happening. That was rescheduled from earlier this year, but what a great event that looks like. I think those tickets are available on Eventbrite. 3:30, it is a winter afternoon tea at Searsville Mansion. Tickets are also on Eventbrite for that. And then really, we'll get to all these things next week. But if you're looking at Frederick County Charter School Nights, is February 18th at 7:30 p.m. at Sieber Arts Library. And the Mets Family Fun Day, which is completely free at Maryland Ensemble Theater, is February 22nd. Oh, I don't know why I have both of these on the 22nd. I want to make sure that those dates are right. Sometimes I copy it and it's not. So we'll double check that next week. And then we have line dancing at the AmVets. All right. Want to thank you guys so much for all your support, liking, sharing, commenting. Do get out and make sure you know which candidates are running, because June is a tough primary time for voting. And then, of course, the final vote will be in November. All right. Have an amazing weekend. It's moving day for our studio. So we're going to be doing some testing over the weekend. If you see some weird streams go out, we're going to test all the new equipment, because you know how electronics are. They work perfectly fine wherever they are. You move them and, oh, my goodness, everything goes crazy. So wish us luck. And we'll be back here Monday morning with more Good Morning Frederick. Hey, just remember, look, the most important thing of anything at all is to get out there and let's be great.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership, and you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.